Okay, so we're on our IP portal, and we've connected to the network with this laptop, and we can see the two devices which are inactive. Now I have filtered by inactive because we have a whole bunch of other devices on this network. So what we're going to do is we're going to activate both of these, and then we're going to IP address them so that they have an IP address on our network which is separate, so it doesn't conflict with anything, and I'll show you how to do that as well. So let's just put a password in, and activate those. Okay, confirm. So you can activate both of them at the same time, saves you time putting the password in more than once. So now we are active. We could probably filter by LTH, and there are the two devices there, so we've got some other devices here. So what we want to do is find a free IP address, and to do that you go down to your search bar and you type CMD to bring up command prompt, and this is where we're going to ping for some addresses. So you type in PING, then my network, just so you know, actually before we do that, you can type IP config. Okay, so we're on the 192.168.0.1 range. So this laptop's address is 125. So you can go from any address from 1 to 255. So let's try ping 192.168.0.50. Okay, now so it's saying host unreachable, which means there's nothing on 50 at the moment. Usually if you're working on a home network, make it even higher. Like if you can, try and make it 100 or 150. So if other devices on the network, they usually grab lower addresses, you don't conflict. So we want to check for 51 as well. So 50 and 51 are free, great. So we can use those addresses. We'll just use those for this demonstration. You can close that. Now we want to select both of those devices, and we want to put in 192.168.0.50. Now the port is 80. These are all default 255.25, unless you're on a different range, so you might want to check that. The gateway, now what that is, let's go back into CMD again. IP config gateway is 192.168.0.1. So you definitely want to put that, otherwise you won't know how to get to the internet. Oops, .1 80. Ooh, sorry, the port is 8000, not 80. The HTTP port is 80. Okay, so we've got both of those selected. We're putting the started IP address, and we click modify. Okay, now if you get a green tick on both, that means they've both been updated to the correct address. The monitor, which is the top one's at number 50, and the door station is 51. Okay, so let's refresh. LTH 50. 51. Okay, great. So now the next step is to connect into the door station and configure it. Oh, that's the monitor. So let's go 192.168.0.51. Okay, the door station. Again, you're going to get, you should set this in case I'm just putting hello as my default. It's what I use for demos. You should have your own, and you should document that. So let's install the plugin as well. The plugin is so you can view It's going to say it's an insecure file because it's an executable. So I've got some security on here, which is good. But we'll want to install that, otherwise we won't be able to see a picture. The other thing is make sure you close your browser when you install the plugin. After it installs, then you can open the plugin. Okay, so now that we're logged into the camera, you can see the live feed from the door station. We're going to click on configuration. Now we want to set up the time. This is the first and most important step. It is 2:04, so if you first of all do a DST, so we want to set DST, October, April. I'm going to flip that around because we're in Australia. Sunday 3. So this is the correct setting for Sydney, Australia. If you're in Brisbane or other states, you need to check your daylight saving settings. And then go back to time settings. Now you want to change this to Sydney. Now we're on the 23rd, so not on the 24th. And 23rd of March, and it is 2:05, which is 14. Sorry, clicked on the wrong one. It's down here. So we are 14. Try that again. $14.05. Okay, safe. All right, so our time is now set correctly. Okay, so we're going to just go back into the device management and we're going to add the device. So we're going to select indoor station and we'll just put in the password. So I'm just putting in the default password that we use. So the registration password, that can be different to the password. The password is what you use to log into the device through the monitor. The registration password could be the password that you use to link the two monitor and the door station together so they're secure. So the other thing we want to do is grab the device's serial number. So we need to go to the monitor, which is .50. Okay, and I've got it over here already. So it's basically the first letter and not including the last letter, just first letter and then the numbers. So we'll copy and paste that here. Now we've already set the IP address, but we're just going to punch in the same one. It's just going to synchronize the password and the serial number together so they bind together. Gateway 192.168.0.1. Keep that as that 8000. Floor number, room number 1, because we're only doing a 1-to-1. Press OK. Now after that's done, now you can see it's come online very quickly. So usually that will be offline. Then you press synchronize. Tick that on. Press OK. After you press synchronize, then it will take a little while for that to come online. In this case, it's come online straight away. You can power cycle the network switch or the devices, just unplug them from the PoE and plug them back in, wait for them to turn on, give it a good few minutes, and then you should see this come online. So now that that's online, we can test the device. I can see here it's working, so that's all good. Now that's a 1-to-1 setup. There are some other settings which you might want to take note of. We've already gone through the time and date settings. Now if you want to change your lock control, you can do that through the screen. There is an option to do that in the screen, but you can also do it through here. If you've got other modules, such as the keypad module or the MCR, which is the MyFair module, or the button module, we'll go through those in other videos. So there are some other sections here you might want to take note of to reverse your relay and your open duration for your door. So you might want to make that 5 seconds, for example. You can change it here. If you've got a normally open or normally close setup, you can change those parameters. But that's pretty much it. That should work. Now, to get it on on your phone, you need to do that from the screen. So you can do it from the door station, but we prefer to do it through the screen for troubleshooting problems later on. So we're going to flip across to the other video. Okay, so here we are. We'll just show you again. That's the setup configured via the PC. Now, what we want to do is log on. I've got the phone here ready to go to add it onto the cloud if we need to. So we want to log into the configuration. Okay, so once we're in configuration, we want to go down to this setup icon here. We want to go down to the guiding vision service, click enable. Now here is where you want to put in your verification code, so we can create a verification code. I'll just call it demo 1 2 3. Please use something a little bit more elaborate. Once that's set, you can see it's got a server status which is connected, which is great, which means it's communicating to the cloud service. On your phone, you want to go to your LTS Connect app. Now, we've already got a registered account, so please, if you don't know how to register, we've got another video that explains how to register and how to configure. I highly recommend you check that out. It's pretty easy. So you click on the top, on the plus, scan QR code. Now you want to scan this one on the right. Now you can see it's found the device on our cloud, so it's communicating with the cloud. Click on add. You can create a name if you like. Click on next. And now we should be able to see the device come up. Let's see. Yep. Hello. So you can see that's working. If I press open the door.
The door is open.
You can open the door if you've got a latch. So you can try and call. Now, depending on your settings on your phone, you push communication, it may take a little while. So here we go. It's very loud. So that's taken over the call, as you can see. And there you have it. That's how you add the device to your phone. Nice and easy, very quick. So now in the next video, we'll explain on how to add additional monitors and door stations via the PC.